much done here.
Welcome to my safe house, Proxy. The threads of fate lead to 3 locations in this region. The necropolis of Necrom, the old, a reasonable and prudent request. Tel Rendis is one of the many mushroom towers that dot this land. They usually serve as domicile. Olivalis is a minor settlement, whose only claim to fame. Necrom serves as a center for the ancient Dunmer practice of ancestors.
How can we honor our ancestors if the necropolis is closed?
The abbot ordered the closure for your own good, citizen. Curate Gadain, make sure no one enters.
Prelate? Oh, of course. No one enters the necropolis.
The necropolis is closed? Who ever heard of such a thing?
Something about this doesn't feel right. Sorry, friend, but the necropolis is closed today. And by order of the abbot, it seems. We've never turned away the families of the dead before, but if the rumors about illness are true, plague isn't something to be treated lightly. When Prelate Forum and his aides arrived, my fellow Keepers of the Dead were plagued with a strange malady. I was away when the disease struck, and I haven't been allowed back inside since. The Prelate said the Abbot ordered the closure, but... Prelate Forum arrived from the temple, and suddenly my fellow monks fell ill. We were never notified of a visit, and besides, Forum isn't our usual Prelate. Never even heard of him. If you can help, I can make sure you're compensated, I think. Fate must have led you here, friend. Prelate Forum arrived aboard the Stormwing. If you can find out where they boarded the ship, it might tell us something. Talk to the portmaster at the harbor, while I deal with any pilgrims that come by. The Lord of Secrets? I hope not. I mean, I suppose Hermaeus Mora isn't bad as far as Daedric princes go. He's not part of the House of Troubles, after all. But trafficking with any Daedra is dangerous business. Everyone knows that. This is the necropolis of Necrom, perhaps the largest and oldest necropolis in all of Morrowind. For thousands of years, families have interred their revered ancestors in these catacombs. It's my honor to serve as one of the Keepers of the Dead. Yes, we're a monastic order. We keep the crypts in good repair. We help families make funerary arrangements. And we guide those pilgrims who come to visit their ancestors. We never turned anyone away. Until now. I was with Abbot Ilvel when Prelate Forum arrived. I was barely introduced when the Abbot sent me to get tea from the market. I'm worried about the Abbot. He's always been kind to me. He and the monks raised me after... well, I had no other family.
Where's that lay about Randus? Absent again? not now, stranger. My assistant never showed up for work today, and I've got my hands full directing cargo bound for both land and sea. Plague. That's not a word to toss around lightly. What proof do you have? Look, illness is a part of life when you work with the dead. I'm surprised the Keepers of the Dead aren't sick more often. Plague can be serious, but I need more than your word to shut down the port or quarantine the city. Sorry, I can't let you wander around unattended on a ship under my watch. And since my assistant Randus never showed up for work today, I have no one available to escort you. Without Port Agent Randus or more substantial proof, I can't help you. Port Agent Randus likes to fish at a little cove south of the city, even when he's supposed to be working. Tell him to get his arse back here, and I'll let you look around the Stormwing. Just be careful. The wildlife along the coast can be dangerous. Port Agent Randus likes to fish at a little cove. Port Agent...
This clay feels strange.
Lots of little autos today. Huh. Not a bad chance.
Port Agent Randus likes to fish at a...
Let's go.
If you came for crafting certification, I can assist you.
today.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Buying, selling, trading.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
It's nice to look at, sure, but let's not let it slow us down.
I don't feel so good. Should have stayed in bed. I usually have this spot all to myself. Well, you can have it today, stranger. I don't feel up to fishing. Good luck to you. I'm going back to bed. Did she? Not the first time the portmaster sent someone to fetch me. But you can tell her I won't be much help today. I fell ill after inspecting the Stormwing when it arrived in the port the other day. Now that you mention it, the air in the lower holds smelled unhealthy. And the passengers kind of gave me a bad feeling, though I can't rightly say why. Look, tell the portmaster I'm sick and can't work today. For once, that's the truth.
Yeah! Yeah!
The smell of a harbor is the same across Damriel.
You again? And without that good-for-nothing lazy Randus in tow. Ugh, I told you before, I don't have any time to waste on nonsense today. Well enough to go fishing, but too sick to work. A likely story. Ugh, I should drop everything and go catch him in his lie. Then I'd have a reason to dismiss him and hire a competent assistant. First you shout plague. Then I hear that several of the dock workers who unloaded the Stormwing took ill. Now Randus. All right, go investigate the Stormwing. If you find anything incriminating, I want to hear about it.
What's going on with the Stormwing? Nobody wants to go near that ship.
Good question. I hear it's full of skeevers, and it arrived with a prelate from the temple.
Interesting. No one's gone near it since the temple priests disembarked. Not even a rat.
Probably cultists of some sort. My guess, anyway.
You don't think the ship is haunted, do you? Haunted and cursed?
Until we know what's going on, I'm giving that ship a wide berth.
You're back. I was worried. If I have to turn away one more family... Did you learn anything at the Stormwing about a sickness or a plague? And did the temple really send Prelate Forum to the necropolis? An imposter? Let me see what you found. I knew there was something wrong the moment I saw the prelate. Oh, I suppose I should call him Blightcrown. What kind of name is that? And what does a devotee of Pariite want in the necropolis? All sorts of relics and heirlooms are stored in the catacombs with the ancestors. And with Pariite cultists loose inside, Abbot Ilvel and the Keepers are in terrible danger. We need to get into the necropolis. But how? The main door is locked. I don't. Wait! When I wanted to slip out after curfew, I used the cellar that connects to the city's underways. I doubt Blightcrown or his attendants know about it. Meet me in the tunnel behind the necropolis. I think I can get us inside from there. The entrance to the underways is on the west side of the necropolis. You'll find the cellar door in an alcove on your right. I'll post a notice about the closure and join you there. We can't let... Not a terrible lot. I'm not an expert on Daedric studies or anything. I know he's the Daedric Prince of Pestilence, the Blighted Lord, the Master of Tasks. Some believe he isn't a very important prince, but people get sick all the time. People worship all sorts of things. Pariite's followers see disease as a blessing. They revel in suffering and spreading plagues. Blightcrown's attendants have pox scars. I should have suspected something when I first met them. I was orphaned at a young age. No other family. Abbot Ilvel took me in and raised me. He's the father I never had. A kind and devout servant of the necropolis, but maybe too trusting. It never occurred to him to question Blightcrown's story. I only have Blightcrown's word about that. I'm not even sure if the abbot and the keepers are really sick. When I returned, the place was already locked tight, and I was ordered to stay at the door and turn pilgrims away. As Prelate Forum, Blightcrown has the authority of the temple. The Necrom Guard would never make a move against a temple prelate or the orders of the abbot. No. We need to get inside and find the abbot ourselves, before it's too late. Not a terrible lot. I'm not an expert on Daedric studies. I'll meet you in the underways.
Have we been properly introduced?
Over here, friend. A rarely used trapdoor. Over here, friend. A rarely used trapdoor. You go first. No one around, just as I hoped. The chapel is through the doorway and up the stairs. To the right, friend. The door to the chapel is at the end of the hall. Locked? The chapel is never locked. Can you pick it? If not, Curate Zancon leaves his key on a shelf to the northwest. Those sensors, whatever they're emitting, reeks. Destroy the sensors. They're sickening these keepers.
You good? Of course you are.
I don't know anything about a fulcrum. Please.
Dane, Abbot Ilvel is in danger. Prelate Farum put one of those foul sensors in his chamber. They ask so many questions. Please, help the others.
No, I know nothing of Prior Dodrin's tomb. Leave me be.
That's all of them. Let's go check on Abbot Ilvel. Blightcrown is with the abbot? His chambers are to the north when we're done here. The abbot! Destroy that foul censer, friend.
No, Prelate, stop. Fulcrum Obscura. Durdrin's tomb in the lower catacombs.
Poor Abbot Ilvel. He's delirious. What did he say about the lower catacombs? How insidious. Blightcrown made the Keepers of the Dead sick so he could question them in their fevered state. And also he could find some old relic hidden in the necropolis? Why go to all the trouble? Hermaeus Mora? The Keepers of the Dead have nothing to do with the Lord of Secrets. And I never heard of anything called the Fulcrum Obscura. Wait, how do you know all this? Are you a cultist too? Endangers Nirn? I'm just a minor curate working in the necropolis. Feuds between Daedric princes are beyond me. Still, I want to help. Finding anything in the catacombs will take time. We might be able to catch up with Blightcrown if we hurry. Prior Durdrin founded the necropolis and our order. Abbot Ilvel idolized him. Told me the Prior was obsessed with Necrom's history and had received a special charge from Lord Vivec. There's a key to the catacombs in the desk. Hurry, friend. Take the key from the desk and head to the catacombs. The door is through the chapel and to the north. I'll stay with Abbot Ilvel. Do what I can until he recovers. Just be careful. We know Blightcrown didn't arrive at the necropolis by himself. Prior Durdrin established the Keepers of the Dead as a religious order and built this abbey over the ancient necropolis. He lived and died here centuries ago. I don't remember that coming up in any of the abbot's lectures. But Prior Durdrin possessed many talents. Legend has it he could command powerful Daedra and resist their lures. And he was given some sort of charge by Lord Vivec personally. I only visited it once, with Abbot Ilvel when I was very young. The door to the catacombs is through the chapel and to the north. Prior Durdrin's tomb is deep inside.
blessed pox, the Prior's tomb should be here somewhere.
Crowned mounds upon the
Got to be better than that to stop us. Good. Of course you are. Who's better than us? Nobody.
noticed of us, Ard. Quick, take the relic.
The relic broke. Still, this portion contains the power we need. I leave our guests to you, Blackcrown.
The time to hide is over. Behold Blightcrown, most favored priest of Periite. I leave you with a blessing from the Prince of Pestilence.
You're back. Look, Abbot Ilvel is awake and feeling much better.
Is this the one, Gadain? You saved many lives, friend. Come, talk with me. Young Gadain told me of your mission for the Prince of Fate. A strange and perilous ally. But I thank you for saving the Necropolis. We owe you our lives. What happened in the catacombs? Did you find the impostor who called himself Prelate Farum? Interesting. I know Prior Durdrin cavorted with Daedra, but there was no mention of Periite in any of the chronicles. At least I see that you recovered the rest of the relic. I have no idea what they think it can do, or if it even still functions. Oh, hold on to it, of course. Gadain said that fate led you to us. I can only assume it was because of the Fulcrum Obscura. It must have a role in whatever trials you must face to save Nirn. Yes, my young charge told me everything. He does that. Just this. I am in no condition to help you recover the relic. None of the Keepers are. Well, none except Gadain. I will send our young curate with you. Search out these villains, put a stop to their scheme, and recover the Fulcrum Obscura. Gadain, go with this adventurer. Retrieve the stolen piece of Fulcrum Obscura. You need to see more of the world anyway.
Go? But... Yes, Abbot. I'll do it. Friend, a word, please? I never traveled far from Necrom. Barely left the Telvanni Peninsula, and that was just one trip to Mournhold with Abbot Ilvel. The Abbot has given me a mission, though, and I mean to complete it. Just tell me what to do, and I'll follow your lead. The Necrom Bindery? I thought that place was abandoned. Of course I'll meet you there. Oh, and the Abbot authorized me to give you this. For exposing Blightcrown and saving the Necropolis. They got away with part of the relic, but we'll get it back.
your work here is done, Proxy. Still, That dark elf also bears the mark of fate. I shall speak with you momentarily, Kirit. Fate's threads still lead to 2 other locations. Choose another portal, Proxy.
Shame to get that curate dragged into all this. He seems young and in over his head.
Of course. Go on, friend. I'll see you soon.
Come, Proxy. Fate dictates that I join you at this location. The threads of fate draw both of us to this place, Proxy. Telrendis, once the home of a powerful Telvanni magister named Meln the Mouthless, but now abandoned. From what I could ascertain, no one knows what happened to the wizard of this tower. That has yet to be determined. One of the strands of fate revealed to me converges at this location. More than that, Hermaeus Mora expects us to learn for ourselves. Of the 3 sites, this one requires that I be on hand to assist you. I never said it was more important, just that fate requires both of us here. More than that, we shall need to determine. I do sense a lingering presence, a connection to Apocrypha. Help me investigate this place and Hermaeus Mora will reward you. I wish to survey the tower and its grounds. The threads of fate hang over this place like cobwebs of possibility and consequence. Let us explore the center of the compound and see where those threads take us. The Telvanni are one of the great Dunmer houses. They focus on magic and the arcane arts, and they consider power, ruthlessness, and ambition to be paramount. We must be careful in our dealings with them, for they are nothing if not dangerous. Yes, but I could not learn much. Just that he owns this tower, but has not been seen in some time. The place is considered abandoned. He was a Telvanni Magister, the highest rank in the house, second only to the Archmagister. Telvanni Masters and Magisters avoid undue socializing, fearing threats from all directions. So they appoint agents to represent them, mouths. Meln eschewed the practice, hence they called him Mouthless. I expect his tower to be a fortress. The vampire mercenaries. The tower's defenses have them well. I wish to survey the tower and its grounds. The threads of fate hang over this place like... The Telvanni are one...
Master Shell ready. The tower's defenses continue to oppose us.
Meln was thorough, I'll give him that.
Any word from the tower?
No progress yet. I'll keep you informed.
See that you do, Captain. You there, come forward. You aren't with the Dusksabers. A Telvanni master. Speak with her, Proxy. I expected to have Telrendis all to myself today, and you're certainly not one of Captain Xenphys's vampire mercenaries. So, who are you, and why have you come to this tower? Abandoned, yes, but not without its defenses. Telrendis is a dangerous place, Fla. I advise you not to interfere with the Dusksabers, and it seems Meln the Mouthless left Telrendis well protected, as my mercenaries can testify. Oh, the Telvanni Magister who owned this place. He's been missing for decades. The old fool possessed a book that I very much want to add to my library. Scavenge if you will, as long as you understand the book is mine. Now, why are you really here? Indeed. You don't look like a Daedric cultist. Running errands for Daedra is frowned upon in most lands, but I appreciate your honesty. My Dusksabers are stymied, and Meln warded his tower against other Telvanni such as myself. Perhaps you can help. Find a way into the tower and breach Meln's defenses so I can recover the book I seek. You can then attend to your business with the gratitude of a Telvanni master. So what do you say? Do we have an agreement? I suggest you begin with the old Telrendis Hall to the southwest of this camp. Captain Xenphys reports that his Dusksabers are having a difficult time there. If you can succeed where they have so far failed, I will make it worth your while. The Dusksabers, they're mercenaries, Fla. Efficient, capable, and rather expensive. But I believe in hiring the very best. No need to worry. They won't bite anyone, unless I pay them to. There are no cultists here. Only my Dusksabers, and the defenders Meln the Mouthless left behind. But I am curious about how you are acquainted with Torvasad. Where did you encounter him? In some quarters it's impolite to ask about such things. I'm a Telvanni master. I know many Dremora. My dealings with them are not your concern. But if you must know, I had no part in whatever happened in Necrom. The Dusksabers, they're That Telvanni bears watching. But the tower remains the crux of our investigation here. Let us find a way in. A magical ward seals that door. What happened here, mercenary?
What happened here? The ward killed my comrade. Not easy to do to a Dusksaber. I thought we had little to fear from old tricks and traps, but look what happened to my comrade. Dead as the last swit who stepped out of line across the Dusk Sabers. Speaking of, who are you and what are you doing here? Nalia tried to push through the ward on that door. The note over there suggests that something in this room disarms the trap. Clearly, she guessed wrong. I think this strange lens is part of the puzzle. We found it by the note. Here, you take it. We obviously weren't able to figure it out. I'll be damned if I try to use it again. If Shareni sent you, by all means, be my guest. I'm just going to stand back here.
Lenses such as that can reveal hidden things. Look through it, Proxy.
I think the lens is...
Look for anything glowing. That should be the switch to dispel the ward.
The ward is gone. Master Shalreni must be informed at once.
This is our opportunity. Lead the way, Proxy. This portal should take us to the tower. A spirit.
You
Ignore
ain't
it
that
and keep
thief
going.
and liar, Shalreni Barrow! Provoke me at your own risk, intruder! As if murdering me wasn't insult enough, now she sent you to steal my book! Prepare to face the fury of Meln the Mouthless, Magister of the Telvanni! Or we could have a nice chat and discuss this like civilized people.
A reasonable request. Speak to the spirit, Proxy.
If there's one thing I learned in death, it's how foolish the living can be. I know all that passes in my home, intruder. I heard your bargain with that so-called Master Shareni Barrow. You have given my murderer access to my tower. Why does... Oh, just... The Tormenting Eye! A tome of forbidden secrets! I see Hermaeus Mora's mark. Why does the Telvanni do anything? Ambition, power, greed.
The thread becomes clear. Hermaeus Mora sent us to recover the Black Book.
The Black Book is mine. And with this soul gem, I also have this miserable spirit. Meln comes with me.
And I thought this day couldn't get any worse.
I knew a Telvanni master would be formidable. Come, Proxy. We have plans to make. The threads of fate here are tied to 3 things. Master Shel Rennie, Meln the Mouthless, and the Black Book. That was the connection to Apocrypha I sensed here. Black Books are creations of Hermaeus Mora and his realm. Black Books are relics of Apocrypha. Each holds a different secret. Most are kept in the vast libraries of Hermaeus Mora's realm, but he sometimes gifts one to a mortal. In addition to forbidden knowledge, each serves as a portal to Apocrypha. Take a look around, Proxy. The body of Meln the Mouthless. It is clear he was murdered at this very spot. That letter from Master Shel Rennie's mouth. That Meln the Mouthless let down his guard and paid the ultimate price. His body has remained here forgotten and undisturbed for decades because he preferred solitude above all else. Now Master Shel Rennie has both Meln's spirit and his Black Book. To recover Meln and his Black... No. This portal leads outside. You must travel to Old Isra from there. Defenses around Tel Hulin play havoc with portal magic.
Wait, alone. Headed to Old Isra.
Wait, hold on. Headed to Ald Isra. Oh good, you stopped. No time for details. People eager to see me dead will come over that hill at any moment. So, want to earn some easy gold? Tell Hulan. The tower at Ald Isra's east end. Inside, there's a green mushroom. By that mushroom, there's a dark elf. She'll probably insult you. She's my contact. Deliver this letter, then walk away with a pocket full of gold. Better you don't know, but fine. There's a spy among the Assembly of Masters. My contact's here to end the threat. Look, can you take this letter to her? Don't open it, don't look at it, don't talk about it. Hand it over and you're done. Deal? Remember, a dark elf by a green mushroom and tell Hulan. Tell her both light and shadow can be deadly. She'll reply, though only one chases the other. Then hand over the letter and she'll give you gold. Now, go while I lead my pursuers away. Get to tell Hulan. I'll draw off my pursuers.
The mushrooms on which we all rely. Mushroom towers strong.
Any delay is unacceptable. We hired the Morag Tong to deal with this problem.
Bellow all you want. It won't change my process.
Outrageous! How dare you...
Master Phobes, a word, if I may.
I know the effect I have on people. I either scare them or attract them, and they can't take their eyes off me. But few ever dare approach me, let alone try to strike up a conversation. So, what do you want to say to me, hero? Though only one chases the other. Alright, it's obvious Folsey sent you, and she gave you the code of a courier. That tells me you have something for me. Go on then. Hand it over. Folsey can fend for herself. Right now, I need to see if she learned anything to point me to the true identity of my target. Tredessim, the name on the writ, is an alias. Interesting. According to Folsey, House Drez established a camp to the south. Folsey seems to think so. Since you want to get paid, how about you help me out? I need to assassinate a spy and tell Hulan. But to do that, I need to figure out who actually deserves my blade. It's quite legal. I have a Morag Tong writ of execution. A binding document that gives me the authority to eliminate the name on the writ. We figure out who Tredessim actually is, I finish the job, you get paid, and we go home. Not together, necessarily. Depends on my mood. So, what do you say? Congratulations, you're my new Folsey. First, go to the servants' quarters to the west and ask Akigo about the spy. Then visit the Dres camp to the south and see if they have any connection to this Tredessim. I need to keep watch here, just in case. You think we've reached that point in our relationship where I smile, wink, and divulge all my deepest, darkest secrets? Hero, you couldn't handle that sort of revelation. Just do the job, get paid, and you never have to see me again. Fine. I belong to the finest league of assassins in Tamriel. In Morrowind, we're part of the legal establishment. Instead of going to war, the leaders of the great houses employ us to settle scores and keep the peace.
No, Sulis. I'm out of patience. We need this finished now!
Master Foves, calm yourself. This solves nothing.
Come, Gito. Leave the hireling to her work.
Yes, Master Foves.
Well, unlike Foves, I am at your service should you require anything.
No point in bragging. I'll just have to wait.
Congratulations, you're my new foci. First, it's not, and I couldn't care less about the Telvanni. House full of arrogant arses. I'd put each of them to the blade if I had the writs for it. This is strictly business. The Assembly took out a writ. I'm here to enforce it. Information discussed during the meetings of the Assembly of Masters has gotten out. One of the mouths accused this Tredessim, and the Masters applied for the writ. Unfortunately, no one here is named Tredessim. Means we actually need to do some work. You mean other than the fact that I have a writ for someone named Tredessim who apparently doesn't exist? That House Dres has a nearby camp? Or that I want you to question?
Spellwright Moran, the necropolis in Necrom has been closed. I thought you might find that interesting.
What do I care about the necropolis? Don't return until you've found that blasted tome. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. I must have just missed it. A perfectly clear spellwright. Right away.
My master wants you to convey this message to Master Shelrene. The Assembly will not tolerate threats or coercion.
These rumors disturb the other masters. Shelrene must moderate her ambition before the Assembly takes action.
I will relay your concerns to Master Shelrene. Forget what you heard, stranger. Master Shelrene cares not what the other masters think of her. or how difficult she makes things for me. So, what brings you to Telvara, the Tower of the Telvanni Mouths? Master Shelreni never comes to Aldisra. Telvanni masters rarely do. I expect she is at her tower Telbaro, but I would be a poor mouth indeed if I let you pester her at home without asking what business you have with her. Master Shelreni never returns anything she takes. But if you are willing to scratch behind my ear, I'll scratch behind yours. Oh, I already... The papers contain sensitive information. Letters found. A better question is, we tend to the affairs of the Assembly on behalf of the masters we represent.